Welcome back to the carnival. Between now and the last time I recorded this game, contracted dysentery. That's what we're going with. So yeah, the disease. I have been diseased, unfortunately, and I apologize if my voice is not up to snuff, but yeah, the show must go on. The clown show. Why are we at a clown show? Is this whole channel a clown show? Am I a clown? Okay, I guess we should go into the sideshow. Howdy, fella. Can I interest you in the wondrous and mysterious delights of a sideshow? How much does it cost? For you, 300 meat. For everyone else, 300 meat. Alright, I'm in. You won't be disappointed. And in the event that you are disappointed, no refunds. Takes your meat and stamps your hand. There you go. Enjoy. Thanks. The sideshow tent is fairly large and packed with weird things to look at, like all good sideshows are. A few lanterns are hanging from the ceiling, casting flickering shadows around and making everything look more eerie. A clown is hanging out in here, presumably to keep an eye on the exhibits. He grins and nods as you enter. Come on in. Take your time. Have a good look around. Just remember, no touching. Well, what are you gonna do? Stop me? That's just an eyeball. I don't want to touch that. Okay, well, let's start from one end. This looks to be one of those bent mirrors that make you look all crazy, as if there wasn't enough crazy looking stuff around here already. Look at yourself. Gah, this mirror somehow shows you what you'd look like in clown makeup. Bloodshot eyes stare back at you from a pasty white face painted with an odd pattern of red triangles. In the flickering lantern light, it almost looks like he winks at you. Brr. Are these different? Hold on. Oh, it is different. Your reflection in the mirror is short and squashed looking, folding up like an accordion. You spend a moment moving back and forth in front of the mirror, seeing how the image changes. It's kind of amusing. The mirror looks really stretched out and thin. Your limbs twist and writhe like snakes as you move around. It's a bit unsettling, and your muscles ache a little sympathetically. Is it the same every time, or do these... So, are there only 3? No, it's a little different. Okay. Okay, so one of these is different and has different things. You look in the mirror again, and the clown you is still there staring. Very slowly, his mouth opens into a wide grin, revealing multiple rows of yellow-pointed shark-like teeth. Not wanting to keep looking, but unwilling to turn your back on it, you slowly sidle away until it's no longer visible. I think this is still going to be the same, right? Nope, this is different. You look in the mirror again and see your limbs stretched out like taffy, twisting around like the tentacles of an octopus. You can hear your joints creaking, and your muscles feel like they've gone through a wringer. You can, in effect, soar. Minus 10 maximum HP. Wow. Alright. Am I going to have more debuffs if I do this one? Well, let's look at the crazy one again. Swallowing hard, you approach the mirror. It's empty. Not only is the clown gone, you don't show a reflection at all. Well, the shark clown escaped. It's all over. These shelves are displaying a large collection of strangely painted eggs. Have a closer look. You see several shelves full of white eggs, each one painted with a unique pattern and colorful shapes. A small placard pinned to one of the shelves says, "Clown eggs." In the circus community, it's traditional for each clown to paint their chosen makeup. Oh, this is exactly what I was talking about before. Paint their chosen makeup pattern onto an eggshell. These clown eggs are archived for future reference to ensure that no one chooses a pattern that has already been used. It is considered extremely taboo to wear another clown's face. These may be the eggs for the circus clowns that work in this circus. You recognize a few of them, like the clown here in the sideshow tent and the ticket seller clown out front. Say, wait a minute, here's the egg for that balloon selling clown. Didn't he tell you there's another guy wearing the same makeup? According to the sign, that seems unlikely. Inspect the eggs more closely. Hey, step back please, no touching. Sorry. Based on his attitude, uniquely combining attentiveness and extreme boredom, you assume this clown's job is to keep an eye on the sideshow exhibits. Howdy fellow, welcome to the sideshow. Thanks, what's to see in here? Well, down to the left we have our collection of spooky warped mirrors. Right here we have exhibits of clown eggs and pickled punks. Pickled punks? And further down to the right is our freak show. Feel free to explore and I'll be here if you got any questions. Ask a question. What's with those weird mirrors? Ain't they a riot? That's what they call an optical illusion, as I understand it. It has to do with the way the light reflects off of them. I am 100% sure that what I saw can't be explained by the reflection of light. Heh. No telling what you might see if you look too long. Alright, we'll come back and ask him the other questions about the other things. Oh god. Navigating this is a pain. These shelves are filled with jars, and the jars are filled with things. Real weird-looking things. Look closer. You lean in a little closer to inspect the jars. They mostly contain malformed and or mutated animals pickled in formaldehyde. A three-headed kitten, some kind of ferret or weasel with 8 legs. A twisted Mobius loop of snake without a head or tail. Weird, crazy stuff. One shelf seems devoted to huge, gross, pale grubs like fat, featureless... Oh, I don't like reading this even. Like fat, featureless white worms the size of a sweet potato. The one on the end is larger than the others and has shiny black eyes. Someone has painted its face in an apparent parody of clown makeup. Yuck. I really don't want to know anything more about this. I'm still gonna click take a closer look, but I reserve the right to bail the fuck out. The pasty white face has been painted with little blue triangles over and under the eyes. The creature has a long, thin slash of a mouth as well, and the area around it has been painted with bright red lipstick. The black eyes flash red. The black eyes flash red as the thing suddenly thrashes in its jar, spinning to face you and stretching its mouth open, revealing rows of yellow shark teeth. You stumble back with a cry of shock. Yeah! Ahaha! Got you pretty good there, buddy. What in the... What is that? Haha, it ain't a real critter. It's made of rubber and clay and doll parts and such. Got an electromagnet under the shelf to move it with. He takes a little push-button gizmo out of his pocket to show to you. Should have seen your face. You about jumped right out of your boots. Haha. I fucking hate clowns. No, that's not what I wanted to do. This guy is a startling sight even for a circus freak show. His entire head is one enormous eyeball. As you look him over, he stares back at you. Not that he's got much choice. Hello there. I'm Herb. How's it going? Can you talk? Guess not. You move a little to the side and lean over the rope to get a closer look at the guy. He's basically just what he seems to be at first glance. A guy with a giant eyeball for a head. You do notice 2 things though. First, he has an odd lump at the... well, you would call it the base of his skull if he had one. A sort of crumpled fleshy mass that looked like... crumpled fleshy mass the size of a fist. With a squint and some imagination, it almost looks like the crushed and shriveled vestigial remains of a human head. The second thing you notice is that his ankles are locked to the legs of his stool, and the legs of the stool are bolted to the floor. So, this circus gig. His hands slowly curl into fists and the knuckles turn white with tension. I see. Understand, I mean. Do you blink? Or wink, I guess? I guess not. See you around. That's unsettling. Oh, I hate this place. This man is neatly dressed, though his suit is a bit threadbare and out of fashion. He's smoking a pipe and leafing through a magazine. When you stop to look at him, he nods amicably. Hello there. Welcome to the sideshow. My name is Douglas. Hi, I'm Herb. Delighted to meet you. So, well, are you perhaps trying to think of a polite way to ask what's wrong with me? Yeah, you got me. Don't worry, Herb. I am in a sideshow, after all. It's an obvious and natural question. Wait a minute. You said the last bit without moving your lips. Are you a ventriloquist? Not at all. Allow me to demonstrate. He stands up and turns around. His back is the same as his front. That is, his suit has been tailored with two front sides, and he has another face on the back of his head, with his hair cut and parted, appropriately. Ta-da! As he sits back down, his knees and other joints crack and pop loudly as they reverse themselves. Doug winces slightly, though certainly not as much as you'd expect. What in the... Surprising, yes? A bit, yeah. How is that even possible? Douglas shrugs and holds up his pipe to the now back of his head, so his other face can take a puff. Are you... what's the phrase? Siamese twins? Not exactly. It's difficult to describe, I'm afraid. Two minds in one body with two faces? It would be closer to the truth to say two instances of the same mind, with, as you say, two faces. You're right, that doesn't make any sense at all. The other face chuckles, and Douglas holds his magazine behind his back. It took some getting used to, that much is quite certain. Were you born like this? I would rather not discuss how I came to be this way, if you don't mind. Okay, sorry. No apology necessary. Your knees must be a wreck. Surgery was necessary to permit them to bend in both directions. Well, that seems ill-advised. It sounds worse than it feels, I assure you. Why are you in a sideshow? With a regular suit and a haircut, you could easily pass for normal. I have a contract. Out of the corner of your eye, you spot the clown making a gesture, but you didn't catch what it was. Douglas clears his throat. Plus, while it's quite the life, you know, free room and board, travel the world, and you meet such interesting people. Talk to you later, Douglas. Is that all you've got to... I thought there was one more thing. No. Oh boy. Alright, what's the box? There's a lady here with her head sticking out of a hole in a large box. She nods politely at you. Hello. Hello there, enjoying the carnival? Well, it's interesting. She smiles slightly. Yes, I'm sure it is. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you something? Certainly. What's your name? I'm Janet. And you? I'm Herb. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Herb. Why are you in a box? That's a rather personal question, isn't it? Oh, sorry. I'm only teasing, dear. Would you like to see inside? Sure. Janet whistles to signal the clown, and he moseys over. He unlocks the door on the front of the box and throws it open with a theatrical flourish. Inside, instead of Janet's body, you see a tangled, complicated assortment of glass tubes and pipes, ticking clockwork gears and pumps. Liquids of various colors, mostly red, slosh through the tubes. A large bellows near the top inflates, then begins to slowly deflate. What do you think? It's some kind of trick, right? You're folded up behind a mirror in there or something? No trick. The clown chuckles and walks around to the back of the box. He opens a hatch and waves at you through it, then saunters back to his place by the shelves. It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it. Well, I'll take that as a compliment. It's certainly educational, I imagine. The larger tank on the left is my stomach, if you'd like to see what I had for lunch today. No, ma'am, I would not. That sounds foul. But I am going to examine her workings, which sounds like something I should not do. Oh, there we go. You watch the various liquids slosh around in their tanks and pipes for a minute. Weird. Gross. But it is indeed educational. You got a perk. Anatomical learning. How did this happen? Were you in some kind of terrible accident? I'm sorry, but I can't talk about that. Of course, sorry. It must be a painful memory. Her calmly composed face creases into a very slight grimace as she shoots a sidelong glance at the clown. Yes. Well, it was nice to meet you. It was nice to meet you, Janet. So long. Good luck, Herb. Well, that's extremely loud. And that all was very horrifying. But I have... This place seems far more sinister than it did 15 minutes ago. So, I guess we'll find out more about that next time.